January 12th. An old friend of mine who's gone home to be with the Lord used to say that January 12th was the magic day. And it turned out okay for me on this particular afternoon when this buck showed up. Well, the deer comes from in front of me and to the right, and comes across this field and gets over here about 15 yards from me and stands right behind this really thick privet bush. And he stands there for a little while. I think he's waiting to, hoping a doe will come out in the corner of this field. A lot of times does will enter from my far right there, and so he just kind of hangs out there for a while. The wind's blowing from my right to the left, and so I feel pretty good about the fact he's not going to be able to smell me, and so we just wait. When he finally starts moving across this field, I was afraid he was going to just walk right on out without giving me an opportunity. But you'll see here in a minute, he kind of turns back. I had put out some rice bran in a pile out there several days before, and so he came over to check that out. Well, I was frustrated by what just happened. As you can see here, as I draw the bow, he's standing quartering away just a little bit at about 20 yards. Great opportunity, and just about the time I release the string, he turns. And when he turns, the arrow strikes him in the left hindquarter. Well, in slow motion, it's easy to see what happened, and it's easy to think stop, but in real time, I'm standing there with a recurve at full draw. The arrow's going down range. Well, it certainly wasn't an ideal situation, but he only went about 50 or 60 yards, and then he stopped out in this field, and he stood there for a little while. And then he went on toward the far side of the field, and I lost sight of him at that point. So I waited a while, got down and walked back to the house. I changed clothes, ate dinner, and waited. After a little more than 2 hours, I went back to see if I could find the blood trail and try to recover the deer. When I got back to the field, I shined a bright light across and to the area where I thought the deer had gone into some thick cover, and I saw a pair of eyes. But it wasn't a deer, it was a fox, and he didn't want to leave. So I figured he either smells blood or he smells the deer. And so I walked straight on over there, and there was the deer laying at the edge of the field. Turns out the arrow had cut some major blood vessels, and the deer expired very quickly. So I went back to the house. My wife got on the four-wheeler and I got on the tractor. We went back, rolled the buck into the loader bucket, and carried it to the house the easy way. It was celebration time then. The buck was a 2.5-year-old and weighed 140 pounds field dressed. For this area, that's a very good body size, and I couldn't have been happier. Turns out January 12th was a very good day.